going on? What's going on today? And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Man Up Real Talk podcast for the people. I am your host with the most, Mr. Michael Wiley, saying greetings and salutations to all of you, our faithful followers and listeners. Thank you all for joining us on tonight, because we understand that you could be doing anything else in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. Every like, every share, every download, every click, whatever it is that you do to support this podcast, we do not take it in vain, because we know that had it not been for you, there would be no us. It just wouldn't be. I'm trying to keep them calm, Phil, before we get into this conversation.
Hey, man, no way around that. We try to get in this conversation.
Listen, if you're joining us for the first time, I say welcome. And if you're back for another helping, like you greedy individuals, listen, I know because we serving up some dishes over here, boy. We appreciate y'all coming back for seconds and say welcome back, because your boys is back on the air with the Man Up Real Talk podcast. Yeah. And joining me as always is my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, my ace-boon coon, if you will. That's what I'm talking about. I went back on y'all. Mr. Philip Hines, a.k.a. Mr. Classic, a.k.a. OG, Triple OG, who is always and definitely in the building. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, brother-in-law?
I'm feeling good, man. How about yourself?
I'm chilling, man.
You chilling? You chilling?
I ain't got no complaints right now.
Yeah, it's early. What's going on to everybody in the chat? I see Big Kev is in the building. What's happening, fam? Appreciate you. Thank you for your support as always. My man Sean Pritchett, Mr. MP3 is in the building. Appreciate you, man. Yes, listen. Today's gonna be. Listen, I'm telling y'all now. Before we even get started, y'all need to like, tag, and share this one, because this is about to be a real one. And and look, and y'all know I don't even go into episodes like that. Y'all know I don't be on that type of stuff. But this gonna be a real one for real.
And we don't want y'all quiet.
And we don't want you. As a matter of fact, thank you, Phil, for mentioning that. I'm finna look. It's about to go down.
We've been going deep dive today.
It's about to be a deep dive. Yes, absolutely. It's about to be a deep dive. And look, man, I don't need y'all quiet. And listen, if there's some ladies watching, I need y'all to chime in, because look, this concerns y'all too.
This something everybody can chime in on.
This something everybody can chime in on this one, man.
And we respect everyone's opinion also.
We respect your opinion no matter how wrong it is. We respect it.
Shut up, Mike.
We respect your opinion.
Why?
Because we know that you have, sorry about the volume, because we understand that you have one, and look, you can voice it. We don't care. We respect it because we have to, but I'm just saying, you got an opinion. May not hold much weight, but you have one.
We respect your opinions, though.
But people. No. In all honesty,
please chime in tonight.
Ain't even being funny. In all honesty, I'm like really saying that we really do appreciate y'all opinions. Mm-hmm. Gotta say what's up to Minister Newman. Man, look, I appreciate Minister Newman hopping on last week. Man, look, do you know I got so many people reaching out to me, was like, man, what's his name? Lonnie, that dude was real. I said, yeah, Lonnie like that. So, and for him to never really chime in like that, when he came on, I said, oh yeah, this is about to be one. So I appreciate him. I see, man, my nephew Marlon is in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Hope you and the family is doing good. My little Lena is in here. Hello, darling. God bless your ministry. Appreciate you. Listen, I pinned the link in the chat. Now let me explain to y'all how this works. Because this is live, we want to kind of be interactive, and we want to give you all a chance. If maybe you got something that you want to voice that you can't actually put in a text because it takes too long to type it, or whatever the case may be, maybe you just want your voice to be heard. And if that's the case, we actually put the link to the stream in the chat. Now, what you can do if you want to come on live and chime in, we will give you the opportunity to do so. All you have to do is copy that link, put it in your the little URL box. Y'all should know what that is, and go ahead and click on to that, and we'll bring you right on and let you chime in and say what you got to say. Listen, but I need you all to tag, like, and share this video. Like and share this video. Tag some people in it, because we joking about it now, but it's actually, if you think about it, it's a pretty serious subject.
It really is.
Because people are going through this thing every day. They're going through it every day, believe it or not. And so we wanted to, my goal, as I indicated a few weeks earlier, is to do something with this podcast, whereas it's not just us just talking, although talking is good, but we want to make sure that out of the subjects that we have, hopefully somebody can get something that can help them maybe in their situation, or just help them to maybe, even if it don't help the situation, maybe just have you to think about things just a little bit differently, right? To give you a different outlook, a different perspective, a different side, if you will, because some of us got tunnel vision when it comes to some things. We do. And so the conversations that we have, yes, they're from a male perspective or male point of view, but we understand that, ladies, you all have your opinions, but we want to give it to you from our side and want to let you know how we think. How, this is us letting y'all pick our brains, if you will. Because sometimes, ladies, y'all think men are like overly complicated, and we're not. We are very simple in nature. We really are. We're not that complicated. But there are some complicated issues that we do have opinions on, and a lot of times we don't voice those opinions. And if we do voice them, oftentimes they're not heard or they're overlooked because it's just like, all right, whatever, right? And this is one of those subjects. So tonight we are talking about let's just call it financial abortion, because that's what it is. It's financial abortion. We're asking the question, and before we even dive into it, I'm going to pose the question to you guys. Should men have the option to not be financially responsible for an unplanned pregnancy? I'm putting it out there to y'all. Should men have the option? Should men have the option to just say, no, I don't want to be financially responsible for this kid?
Give us some answers, y'all.
Should we have the answer? And ladies, look, I know, because see, y'all, and oftentimes you hear all the times, it's my body, it's my choice. Roe versus Wade, that case that happened some years ago, it gave you all the freedom to say and to choose to do what you want to do when it comes to your body. If you decide that you want to have an abortion, if you decide that you want to keep the kid, you have the absolute right and the power to do so. And thank God, because what you don't want somebody to do is tell you what you can and what you can't do with your body, right? And I get that. I totally get that. But in that process, do you understand that men have absolutely no say in that?
None whatsoever.
None. So if you decide to keep the kid, right? You make that decision. Even if you all see differently, he say no, you say yes, you ultimately can still decide to have the kid, which then makes him financially responsible for this child for the next 18 to 21 years. So my question is, if you can decide whether to bring life into the world or not, should a man have the option to say, I don't want to be financially responsible? And I'm just putting that question out there. I just want to see where y'all minds are before we dive a little deeper into it. I see Jennifer, she instantly said no, right off the bat. No, shouldn't have a choice. Now, is this a general consensus? Does everybody feel this way? Let me ask you, Phil, what you think? Should we have a choice? Should we have the option to say no? I'm good. And I know right now y'all say men already do it. They don't take care of their kids, but when the government gets involved, eventually they track them boys down. And that money coming out that check regardless.
And that's exactly why being responsible is so important, especially when you're having sex, because there's a lot of kids walking around here that's been created on one night stands. That's why I
talk on it.
That's why I fatherless, because the woman laid down and the guy laid down. They met at a party or something, and a one night stand kicked off. They really didn't know each other, so the man really didn't. He just disappeared. But I'm gonna say this though, Mike. The stand up thing to do would be to take care of that child. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. That's the stand up thing to do. That's the man thing to do. No matter what, both of y'all, it takes two to tango and all that. But on the flip side, hey man, it was a hot night. I'm really not trying to have no kids right now. So what are we gonna do about this? Now, you know what the answer is gonna be. I decided to keep the child.
Lonnie's so stupid. I'm not gonna even look at his comment. Go ahead, Phil. No, finish what you're saying, because it's gonna throw you off. Just go ahead.
Now, this dude, he a fool. In a fairy tale world, that probably could happen.
But why does it have to be a fairy tale world, though?
Mike, it's going to be a fairy tale world no matter what, Mike, because if 99% of that, if that test come back 99.9 is your child, you're going to take care of it whether you want to.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. Nobody is talking about that. You are denying that it's yours, right? But that's not even the case. Now, Lena said that I feel like the option was to strap up. So whatever comes after this or whatever comes after that is fair game. All right, I respect that. So let me ask you, what was your accountability and your responsibility?
That's why I say responsibility on both parts. Just like that man should have strapped up. You should have been on some type of some pills or a shot or something. I mean, let's be real, Mike. Come on,
Are we? Is that not what we're doing? Are we not having some real talk right now?
We're gonna have a real moment.
Let's get it.
Folks out here having sex. A lot of folks out here having a lot of unprotected sex out here.
Absolutely.
So we can't really put the blame on strapping up or put the blame on birth control pills, because both of the people that's freaking, they're responsible.
Wait a minute. I was looking. I'm just saying, it depends on if the women truly believe in equality. We ain't gonna even get into that.
Yeah, we ain't
gonna even get in. We're not gonna even get into that. Listen, ladies, and let me say this. This is not women bashing. That's not what this is.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Let me get that real clear. That is not the purpose of this conversation. The purpose of this conversation is to bring something to the light that a lot of people don't think about. Let's go through the scenario, right? You single, and here it is, a Friday night. You and your girls, y'all getting ready to go out. You got your FM dress on. Y'all finna go and y'all finna go out to the club and kick it with some friends, go hang out. Y'all get there, the vibe is cool. Everybody chilling. Everybody is all right. Guy there that but you wasn't really like girlfriend and boyfriend and nothing like that, but you know him. Y'all done kicked it a couple of times, went out a couple of times, what have you. Even to go on, y'all getting a little mellow because y'all done had whatever. Y'all getting a little comfortable now. The conversation is good. The mood is right, whatever. And now all of a sudden, hey, y'all decide to leave. You go to his place, he go to your place, whatever the case may be. Y'all chilling. Next thing you know, things get a little hot and heavy. He ain't got no protection. You ain't got no protection. Y'all do the do. Next thing you know, some weeks later, you come up pregnant. You come to him and say, hey, listen, it is what it is. Right? And I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. He tell you, hey, you know what? I just really wasn't looking to have no kid right now. Right now I'm not financially able to do it. I'm not in a headspace for a kid right now. I can't do it. Y'all deliberate, y'all talk. You say, all right, think about it. Now you go and you talk to your family and your friends. No, you should have a baby. You should have a baby. You might not even be really ready to have a baby, but you say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and have this kid. And you tell them, I'm gonna have a kid. Even after he said, listen, I'm not ready for a kid. Baby gets here. Now you want to sue for child support because you want to make him financially responsible for a decision that you made and that he had no say in. And now, because of that decision, you decide that you want to make this man financially responsible for the child that you decided to bring into the world for the next 18 to 21 years.
But
now, hold on. Now, how is that fair?
But you know what the kick part is about all that, Mike? And the kick part is all that. It comes down to they can always look at the man where you knew what would happen if you hadn't, without practicing, safe sex, putting the strap on and all.
I get that.
All that.
And this is a great, and you know what, Lonnie, this is a great question. He said, what if the shoe was on the other foot? Would the man be willing to carry a child and raise a child by himself if the woman ran away and he got pregnant? No. If he wasn't ready to do it. I just don't think that a man would be sitting up there and be like, man, I really wasn't ready for no kid, but let me go ahead and bring the kid into the world anyway. Let's see how that works out. And again, this isn't an indictment on y'all decision, but the question is, and this isn't whether, and I'm not making this into an abortion issue. That's not what this is about. The question is, if you make the decision to keep the child or to have the child, why does the man not have an option to say, no, I can't be financed, even though, yes, y'all was adults and you knew what would happen. Yes, but you're equal. You were equally, you both had equal responsibilities to protect yourself. You both had the responsibility.
Yeah, both of them.
But the decision to say yes or no when it comes to bringing a child into the world is solely the responsibility of that woman, and she is basically making the choice for both her and you. The woman has a choice. If she deems she's not ready for a kid, that's her choice. But that means she is choosing for the man as well. What's the man say in the situation? What's fair? That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
What's fair?
Like I said, I mean, in fairy tale world, that would go just fine. Just fine, because like I said, folks out here freaking, man, and there's a lot of kids walking around here that was created off one night stands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that the father they didn't get she didn't know that nigga or he didn't know her.
Right.
So when she called him up and told him that she was pregnant, guess what? He didn't call her no more.
Tim, the topic is, should men have the option to opt out of being financially responsible for an unplanned pregnancy?
Hit that link, Tim. Hit that link real quick.
Listen, the link is in the chat. If you all want to come on live and chime in, please feel free to do so. We'll bring you on. I ain't scared of y'all.
Yeah, hit that link.
We'll bring you on and let you chime in and say what you got to say. All I'm saying is that how is that fair? And I'm not even talking about it being a fantasy world. Just realistically speaking, how was that fair? And here's what's funny to me. It always comes down to, why didn't he use protection?
No, I don't believe in that.
Why didn't you?
No.
And look,
I don't believe that.
And then here's the thing. But okay, so now here let's go there, James. Let's go there. So what you're saying is that no, they should not have the option. Wrap it up if you didn't want the baby. So now what you're doing is taking the accountability completely away from the woman. That's what we're doing. She has no accountability in this whatsoever. No responsibility in this whatsoever. None.
She got me held a little accountable a little bit, Tim. Just she got me. It's two people, man. It's two people. Just like he could have won. And she right. Life ain't fair.
Okay, so if life ain't fair, then why y'all want to get paid the same thing as men want to get paid? Life ain't fair.
Oh Jesus! Here we go.
Can we be honest?
Yeah, we can be honest.
I'm just saying, and again, I I am willing to take the brunt of y'all disgruntledness. That's not even a word, but I'm willing to take the brunt of that on, because you can't say life ain't fair and then want to holler equality. And then want to say, no, I should be treated just as you should be treated. Because what that is fairness. I want to get paid just as much as you do for doing the same job. That's fair. Am I talking to myself?
That's a good one, Lonnie. Lonnie that is a good one, Lonnie.
So Lonnie says there's no accountability nowadays. People are just doing whatever and thinking there's no repercussions. Absolutely. Here's another thing for you guys. Now, this is what I was hit with before. But what if morally she can't have an abortion? What do you mean? I need somebody to explain that to me. Morally, she shouldn't
have been laying down having sex if she wasn't married.
Oh.
I don't believe. No, now you get me upset, Mike. No.
Look, bro, these are real questions.
I'm not trying to hear that moral mess. Now you moral. Now you have morals.
Morally, morally, it was. I just couldn't. I couldn't abort the baby. So morally, you couldn't abort the baby, but your morals was tossed under the bed along with your drawers when you decided to lay down with the dude. Come on, y'all.
I was doing good until you said that. Now, I'm not trying to. I'm not going to go too hard. But you cannot put your morals for you to keeping a child.
No.
Truth be told, if you had so many morals, you would have been laying down in the first place, having unprotected sex with somebody that's not your husband.
Listen,
so I can't do that one, Mike. Now that one I can't do.
Look,
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, ladies, I can't do that one.
So morally, you can't abort the baby, but morally, you lay down with this dude when the same religion that tells you can't abort the baby told you not to have premarital sex. Where were the morals then? Where were your morals then? Oh, they must have been left in the glass of mimosa on your dresser. Is that what your morals are? I'm just saying. You can't bring morals into it now because
I'm not no dog.
Like, come on, man.
What was your morals at when you was opening your legs up for this nigga that you didn't know?
That's right, Jay. They morals is under the bed with they drawers. I'm just saying they tossed them. Them morals was out the door, son.
Oh, now I can't go with that. I can't go with that one, ladies. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Please don't hold that against me, but I can't go with that one. I refuse to go with that one. No, I'm not.
I can't. I don't understand I really don't understand the perspective. And look, I get it.
If I offend anyone, I apologize.
No.
I'm not trying to offend anyone with that, but I just can't go with that one.
Listen, I'm sorry if your feelings hurt, but I'm not going to apologize for what's being said. I'm just not. Because here's the reality of it. The reality of it is that and somebody asked if this is in regards to married women and I'm not talking about married people because that's a whole different discussion. If you can't,
you talking about unmarried single folks, y'all.
Right. If you can't, when it comes to being married, that's a discussion that you and your significant other have to have. That's planning a family. No, I'm talking about Friday nights. And you waking up and realize that you have to be at work, but dude is still here and you wasn't expecting that.
How about you waking up Sunday morning headed to church?
You waking up something about I got church in the morning.
You just
church in the morning.
You just getting in from Dukes.
Yeah, open mic night was real hot that night, boy. Oh man. Oh wait, I like this one. It's never going to be fair because women are more emotional. And the fact of being pregnant is a different feeling, even if the process was wrong. That has nothing to do with if you want to make that man financially just because you feel he needs to be financially responsible because you feel you want to keep a baby. Is that where we're going? Because if we're going off of feeling, then y'all can't get mad at trans people because they feel the way that they do.
Okay, Mike. We
No.
gonna keep it right here, Mike.
No, we We keeping it right here. I'm just saying. Tim's so stupid.
Put it up.
I swear.
Put it up. Me and Tasha playing a baby tonight.
Lord.
I think Tasha watching too.
There she is.
You and your husband.
Morals come with convictions. People don't get convicted in the act, but the outcome makes them feel guilty. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not until afterwards.
Yeah.
Not until afterwards.
I've never done this before, and I just feel that
I'm not this type. I'm just not that type of person.
this is God punishing me for just going against my morals. Girl, stop it. Or gas, stop it. Because gas and stuff too. I want to be. I really want to have kids with my wife. Nigga, no, you ain't trying no kids, your wife. You're trying to get some. Stop it.
The Lord is convicting me to not abort this baby.
Here,
He is convicted me to not have this baby. I'm like, word. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going. But
yeah,
look.
He said, y'all creating a baby tonight.
I still haven't heard. No one is still giving me a legitimate reason as to say why a man should not be able to opt out. And I already know somebody is saying, well, there's a lot of deadbeat dads out there already, and they already not opting out. Okay, that's fair. But it's a lot of mamas that shouldn't have had some of these babies, and they should have opted out.
It goes both ways, Mike.
It's some deadbeat mamas out there too. Let's just be honest.
Both ways. It goes. That's why I said that's why. That's the reason why we probably not getting a direct answer, because, to be honest, like they said, life just ain't fair. Honestly,
right. No, this isn't a race conversation, Eddie.
No,
this is a conversation of just
anybody.
This white, black, anybody. This is just
Anybody.
a question if men should have the option to, why men don't have the option to not be financially, like legally have the option to not be financially responsible for a kid in the event of an unplanned pregnancy. That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Because that's Kevin said guilt is strong. Yeah, guilt is real strong. It's real strong. But I'm still waiting. I am waiting for somebody to give me a valid reason as to why. Because I understand, listen, and I get it. I understand raising a child is hard. Because now you have to be financially committed. You have to be emotionally committed. You have to be, physically committed, because you have to be there in that child's life. There is a lot of commitment to raising a kid. And it should not be the responsibility of one person. Not to say that if you're a single parent, you can't do well, because I know a lot of awesome single parents. But in that particular instance, where the child wasn't planned, where it just, neither one of you took responsibility, neither one of you were accountable, and the child was a result of both of you all being irresponsible, and now the decision to bring this child into the world is solely on the woman. Even if the guy says, I'm not ready for a kid, she can still say, I'm going to bring the kid into the world. And he has no say on whether or not he should be financially responsible. Why?
Not at all.
I'll wait.
You know what, Mike?
So, okay. Take Texas now, that abortion is illegal. Does the man have the option of saying they don't want to raise the kid? They never have the option. That's the point. Men never have the option. Never. We're never part. They're never part of that decision-making process when it comes to unplanned pregnancies. There is no does he have the option. He is not even in the room when that decision is being made.
That blood test come back 999.9. It's a wrap.
He doesn't have the option. So now, whether abortion is illegal or not, he's never had the option. The man never has the option or the say so. He can give his opinion because that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the woman is like, "Yeah, I'm going to have a baby." and I'm going to pursue child support because you're going to support this baby. Like, wow.
Hey. Yeah, well, you know, Mike, it still goes back to that. It takes two to tango. So whether you wanted the child or not, hey man, you laid down, you didn't strap up. You knew as soon as you started, you knew that there was a possibility with you not being protected or she being protected. You're not asking if is she on any type of birth protection thing. So that's what it really comes down to, man. I mean, you could say that we don't have the option, which is true. We don't have the option, but we give that away when we lay down with that woman without strapping up. To be real, man.
Okay, so why is it? See, you say we give that away.
We really do it away, though, Mike. You really think about it. We really get that away because
I get
what happened. When we laid down that woman that didn't strap up, we knew that there was a slight chance that I can get this woman pregnant.
I totally understand that. I get that sentiment, but I have to go back to my question in regards to that. Where is the accountability or the responsibility of the female? Where is it?
Oh, she takes accountability for her.
No. You just said that when we lay down with this woman, we gave that option away.
We really do. We give that option away to even.
What I'm saying, the danger in that is saying that the woman has no responsibility and no accountability, and so she can just easily one day she can just decide whether or not if she wants to have the kid or not. And this is now affecting both of y'all lives.
I understand that, Mike, but that's why Jimmy always needs to wear a cap.
Okay, so what does Jenny need? What does Jenny need to wear?
Jenny needs to pop a pill.
But see, the way
don't get me wrong. I'm not. No, the woman is as much as at fault as the man. Both of them are at fault. But we're saying that is it fair? No, it's not fair. That's why Jimmy needs to wear a cap where you don't have to worry about this mess.
All right, Natasha, the female has to go through the labor. How much more responsibility does she need? The responsibility of not having to go through the labor. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. You, as a woman, have the power to say yes or no in this situation. Now, you ain't got no commitment to this dude. You ain't want to have no kid. You ain't want to have no life with this guy. And you are at a point where you can either say, I'm going to tie myself with this nigga for the next 18 to 20 something years, or I can just end it right now. End all ties with him right now. You have the option and the choice to do that. It doesn't even have to get to the point of labor.
But that's what unfairness fall in, Mike.
This is what I'm saying. So now you decide.
But
hold on. Now you decide that you want to go ahead and have this kid. You decide that. He has no say in that situation. And you're going to make him financially responsible for the decision that you made that he had no say in.
That's why Jimmy needs to always wear a cap. Single men out there. I know. Hey, especially you young brothers. I know how it is to be in your 20s and 30s and you're single and I know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't practice being responsible, this what can happen. You got one night stand, get a girl pregnant. You really want to try to get with her, or you only was trying to holler to hit it. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
You only trying to holler at it and hit it. You know what I'm saying? She looking good at the club. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that tonight. Woo woo. You want to calling that girl the next day or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopsie. Guess what? Jimmy wasn't wearing a cap. Now you got a female that you only was interested in hitting. Now you got to deal with her wanting to have a baby. That's why it goes. It's gonna always go back to you have to be responsible before you lay down. Mm-hmm. Because that's why I said that we give that fairness away because we don't practice safe sex. The women they gotta practice safe sex as much as the man. But you being a man, you know that you don't want to go. I don't want to be like me. I had my first child. I was 22 years old. You want to know why? Because I didn't want to be a teenage father. All my friends was having kids, and we was teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
I was strapping up because I didn't want to be a teenage father. So I was one of them guys that actually was sitting in health class watching them put it on a banana, so I could learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes back to. It just comes back to being responsible. Because when you're not being responsible, this is what happens. It's not fair. And it's not fair, Mike. It really is not fair. But you give that up when you decide that Jimmy ain't got that cap on.
I get all of that. And I know most of the people agree with what you're saying, and that's wonderful. But my thing is that I don't understand why the accountability is only on one person.
I understand. Mike,
hold on. Let me bring Eddie in. Let me bring Eddie in real quick. Eddie, you there?
Brother Eddie.
Hello? Okay, he is not there. All right, let's see. Look. That's right, Phil.
I'm serious, Mike. No, I'm serious, man. I mean,
I understand all that, and I am not. I'm not.
You saying it's not fair, but that's why you have to take the responsibilities on yourself. I know I don't want to be with this girl. I'm just trying to hit it, man. Come on, let's be real. We men are real. Come on, man. You know you are. We married now, but we both was single and young before. You ever seen a female that you only was sexually attracted to? I'm gonna holler at her. I'm trying to hit that tonight.
No one is denying any of this.
Stopping at the gas station. Give me a couple Trojans. Then it's going down.
Okay, so what if a woman goes out? What if the woman goes out and she has the same mentality?
She better have some pills or a shot or something.
But what if she don't? And then she knows that he doesn't. Right there. It then automatically shifts to him. Even though her plan was to go out, get the D and get back home, hopefully in time for work.
Relax, Mike.
No. Ain't no relax, Mike. Because see, here's the harsh reality of it all. And I understand life isn't fair. And yeah, young men, I encourage you to strap up as well. I tell my sons all the time, listen, don't you get in no situation where you making kids and can't take care of them. I am not denying any of those things. But what I'm saying is since y'all want to put shoes on the other foot, let's do that. She goes out. Her plan is to get laid. She ain't on no pill. She realized he ain't got no protection. You still go through with it. And now it's he convinced you that his pullout game was strong and you were stupid enough to fall for it. Now you got to make it now you literally have to make a life-changing decision.
Yeah, well, Mike, 8 out of 10, they make that decision because they probably 8 out of 10 they eventually end up raising that child on their own anyway.
No birth control is 100% except abstinence. When a man decides to have sex, he ejaculated into her body. His genetic material is now in her body, her choice. It took two. Yeah, her body, her choice. My money, my choice. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what, Mike? That but see the karma and all that is, yeah,
Right.
she was irresponsible. But think about it. 8 out of 10 times, she probably going to end up having to raise that child by herself because she don't want to be bothered with her. So she more whether she tells she's pregnant or not.
But my question is, why would you have the kid from this guy that you have no intention of having any ties with? Why? Why put yourself through that? Why sit up there and say, you know what? I know I'm gonna have to fight with this dude. I'm probably gonna have to sue for child support. I know it's gonna be I'm gonna have some baby daddy issues because if she go on and eventually find somebody else, now you got to deal. Now you married and now you got to deal with this guy. Why? And this is all I'm trying to get y'all to see. Why?
I'm saying everything you saying right now.
Why? When you solely, you as a woman solely have the option to go through with the pregnancy or not, and you decide to, knowing that you have no intention of being with this dude, knowing that he has no intention of being a father, you know this. And you still say, let's go through with it and see what happens.
That's why I say that all sound good in fairy tale. That's why I say that all that sound good in fairy tale land. We live in reality. And people, you sometimes the mistakes you make, you know what I'm saying? They come back and bite you in your behind real hard. That's why I say, especially when it's come to having sex, man. I understand what she's saying, the abstinence thing and all that, but let's be real. Folks out here freaking.
I mean, look, that abstinence, yes, that's one. It's a novel idea.
But
and you know, and most people don't practice it.
Yeah, but
let's just be
honest. It, and I don't knock nobody for what they do. But all I'm saying is practice being protected when you having sex.
Facts. Facts, FAX, FAQS, FACTS.
All on cases.
All facts.
Women get pregnant on purpose. Yeah. You got some women that they'll pull it.
Oh no, they don't pull it, and you didn't either.
That's why I say, man, y'all single brothers out here, man. Hey, listen.
Be careful, man.
I know you look good, but stop at that gas station. They got them at the gas station.
Look,
at some little drive-up stores. Hey, man. What, $2 or $3?
Put your $15 in your tank. Get you a couple of super donuts and a few squishes and kick rocks.
Or go to your Walgreens or CVS and buy you a pack and just. That's how I used to do. I used to buy a pack and keep them.
I mean, my goodness. And look,
I always believe in Jimmy wearing the cap.
And some of y'all, and to be honest, some of y'all probably irritated with what I'm saying, and that's fine. I'm okay. I'm
good, healthy conversation. Ain't nobody irritated. It's good, healthy conversation.
You know, and I'm okay with that. And I understand that it's never going to change, right? I mean, if we're going to be honest with it,
you know, it ain't going to change.
But I'm just I needed to bring this into perspective because, you know, we catch so much heat for not wanting to take care of our kids, and we catch so much heat for being deadbeat dads and not wanting to be in our kids' life, even when the man from the jump. And I get it. Oh, you did the act. It's just. I get all of that stuff.
Mike, don't say it like that.
No. But if we adults enough and we both had the conversation, and I'm telling you, listen, you know what? It was cool for the night, but I ain't trying to have no kid. I'm not trying to be financially tied to it or you. And you decide, well, I'm gonna have a kid. Then good luck. God bless you, and I hope everything works out for you. Why do I have to pay for a kid when you decided that you wanted to have it? We both did the act. We both knew what we was getting into.
Man, Terrence, I hear you on this one.
What do you say?
What Terrence last one up?
About the plan B? I think I saw that. Both parties know what's going on, and the man and the woman know that man didn't pull out. So what's the chances of getting pregnant? You had a good time, get the plan B pill and go on with your day. That's all I'm saying. That's all, because all of this can be avoided. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna bring Eddie on. Hold on a second.
But you can't keep a child for moral standards. You can't
Mr.
keep
Phillips, what's going on with you, man?
I don't know, man.
I guess Eddie, like, what in the world did I get into today?
Look. The thing is, I get your point. That, you know, women, we do have women who pull men in and use it. You know, some want to come up, some for just the purposes of. But look, the reason why I was saying earlier, I was chatting in the chat earlier, we got to differentiate here, because I'm going to be really honest with you. This was never really an issue in America up until I was almost at me because until our behinds was free. Because before that, my brother, nobody cared about who was sticking who and having what.
Right.
Because the reality of it was business as usual. And when you look at the idea, right, that whatever came out of that woman, that the state, the government, the slave owner, he owned it, right? That was a law. And from 1600 all the way up until the end of slavery, they owned it. So we are conditioned as a people, Black people. That's why I don't want to make it a white and black thing, but I got to call it what it is.
No, go ahead.
We are conditioned as a people to follow these ignorant statements and actions that our ancestors did. But we got to understand they did those things because they had been conditioned to do it themselves. When the I gotta call it what it is. When the Bigham came from Saunders farm to come down to Lawson's farm to sleep with the women on the farm, his job was to impregnate them, right? That was his job.
Yes,
and
sir.
So the conditioning for hundreds of years has stayed in our minds. We have to come out of these slave mindsets, and it is still present in our today. So because we want to escape, sex is an escape, right? So that man trying to escape, that woman trying to escape.
Right.
Now, when they both lay down, some go, because of what God has made, some gonna come out of that 9 times out of 10, right? So when you understand that, then you understand that the blame has to be on both sides here, right? I get what Phil was saying, but I also got to give the historical context on that, because we have to understand that wasn't a choice, man. That was something that was pushed on us, told to us. They put that in writing, right? And so when you are living your life, I want us to get in their mind. They lived their lives like that. Your great-great-great-grandmama taught your grandmama, that grandmama, to do the same. Hey, girl, he ain't going to be here for you because this is what they were taught. He's not going to be there, right? So get what you can get out of him. He looked good. He got good hair, good eyes, good skin.
He might be a job. He might be smart.
Yeah. So you're going to get something from it in the end, right? So we got to look at it in our cultural conditioning, and we have to escape from it. And that's the only way your question going to be answered. We got to be able to understand, teach our daughters, teach our sons, right? That this is not the normal way of doing things. We're not in survival mode.
Right.
Dogs and cats screw because of survival mode to propagate, right? So we have to understand that. And I don't want to get on here and preach, but I just sat here, man. I listened because I came in late, and I was like, man, we got to look at it, you know. Because let me tell you something. White people, I've seen white folks who go to court and get completely out of being able to have to take care of that child.
Right.
And you got black folks who, if long as your name, you didn't even have to put it on there. It's on that birth certificate. You own that child. You own right? So let's understand what we're playing here and understand how the system is made up against us. That's all I wanted, but let me get off here. But yeah, let me get on out.
We appreciate you, man. Always bringing that different perspective in, man.
All right, brothers.
All right, man. We'll talk soon. I like it.
Eddie always come drop them jewels, Mike.
Completely different perspective. Is it just the conditioning?
Yeah.
Is it a condition? And is this something that will never be answered until we actually get to the root of the situation, which is exactly what he said. You know, it seems like this is something that we've just been conditioned to do. And that's crazy how a lot of that stuff can run deeper than more surface, and it's less surface and it's a lot more deeper sometimes than the way we put it. That being said, ladies,
relax, Mike. Relax.
Y'all ain't getting out of this that easy. Y'all ain't getting out of this. Y'all ain't getting out of this that easy. I mean, look, and I even hate to say it.
Who is this? Are you all Christians or sometime Christians? So pay for your child.
Oh, that's on Pastor Denard. Are you all Christian or sometime Christian? So pay for your child. I definitely understand that sentiment.
That's why the stand up. Let's be okay. We saying this, but the stand up thing, a stand up man, no matter how it went down, man, that would be the stand up thing to do. Is take responsibilities for that night that you and that woman shared.
Mm-hmm.
Just like she was irresponsible, you was irresponsible also. So, I mean, like I said, I know, Mike. I know you ain't trying to.
I know, I'm listening. No, it was
that, man.
No, something just flew past my window. It was,
and the doggone thing flew past your doggone window. You almost hit me.
It was the biggest. It was like irresponsibility just flew past my window.
Okay, let me ask you a question because I know you, and I know you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You single. Kelly ain't nowhere in the picture.
All right. Well, that's easy.
You have a one night. Shut up. You have a one night stand.
All right.
You have one night stand with a female that you only was trying to hit.
Okay.
After it happened, you don't call her number. She calls you up probably about a week later, talking about she missed her period and all that, and she's going to the hospital to see, you checked up. She calls you back and tell you she's pregnant. What would you do?
I don't know. And here's why I say that. Because I don't know what I would do in that situation because it would be based on my personal situation. Am I financially able to take care of a kid? Am I in the right mindset to take care of a kid? Because obviously, if I'm just out here trying to hit it and quit it, I'm not trying to have no kids. I'm just trying to have a good time and then I'm out. So it all depends. And I want to say this. Does that make me less of a stand-up guy? I know a lot of stand-up guys that just was not ready to have a kid. And their mindset was, instead of bringing this kid into the world and having he or she to go through, or we struggle or we do whatever to try to take care of this kid, why even put the kid through that? Somebody mentioned earlier, the kid didn't ask to be born. So why bring a kid into a situation that's not ideal? I understand that, yes, you guys did the action to make a child. I totally get that. But again, the decision to bring that child into the world, I have no say over.
I feel you on that, Terrence, man. That's why you can't be sliding up in them. That's why I say you can't be sliding up in them raw. Because a lot of men, I'm gonna tell you, brother, something, man. You ain't that special. Don't think that
right.
Don't think that you had some type of magic. Don't think that you had the gold tongue that really got in the bed.
Right.
I'm gonna say, because I want to disrespect women. 8 times out of 10, man, believe me. If she laying down with you the first night, you ain't the first one she did that with.
Right.
That's why you can't be sliding up in women raw, man. Because you don't know these women that you laying down with.
Right.
Especially if you going on one night stands.
Do you have money to pay for an abortion? All right, let's do the math. What's cheaper? Paying for an abortion or 18 years of buying clothes, buying food, paying for his fees, and all these other things? Which one you think I'm gonna get some money for? If I'm that guy, I'm just saying, if I'm that guy and I'm not ready to have a kid, guess what I'm gonna do? How much you need? Give me a couple of weeks. Because it's cheaper for me than to sit up there and take care of a kid that I know I'm not trying to take care of for the next 18 years.
I respect that, Mike.
And that's just being honest.
No, Mike. Seriously, I can respect that. I can respect that. No joke. I can respect
Terrence's so stupid. He said it's the exact situation and the reason Maury is still on. Right. And Pastor Denard, again, this isn't a show about should you or should you not get an abortion.
No.
Hold on, Phil. Hold on. Because see, every situation is different. It's just like if a lady gets into a situation where she's raped and she becomes pregnant by the rapist, should she keep the baby? You can call it murder, but now you got to think about all the emotional things that this woman has to go through with this child, the trauma that she's going to have to deal with for the rest of her life. So you can't just call somebody a murderer and not considering their situation. I get your perspective, and you have to have that perspective because you're a pastor, you're a Christian, all of that stuff is great. But I can't sit up there and just say, oh, it's just across the board for everybody. And God is going to look at that person like, oh, you a murderer. Because I don't know. I'm just saying that everybody's situation is different, and you have to do what's best for your situation.
It is. It's way cheaper to buy a box of condoms.
Man, it is. Oh, absolutely.
Way cheaper.
So it's cheaper to buy a box of condoms. A couple of what is she saying? A couple of weeks. The longer, the more money. Oh, Jennifer, stop trying to be technical, because technically you should have had yourself at home getting ready for church.
You said she gonna need that money.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
All jokes aside, though, the longer you wait, though, you know what I'm saying.
I get that. I understand that. I'm just saying. I just threw that out there. Talking about a couple of weeks. I don't know how much abortions cost, because you know what? I never had to pay for one. So you asking the wrong person. Now, if you want me to look up prices and how much and all this other stuff, that's great. I mean, but it is what it is. You should have been taking precautions just like he should have been taking it.
Mm-hmm. Tell you, man, that's like I told you, man, all my friends, my little brother, everybody had it by, like, we were teenagers, everybody had a shorty. I wasn't down with that.
Yeah.
I barely can feed I ain't feeding myself, man. What would it look like feeding a child? I
right. That. Like, man, I can't even take care of myself. Now you talk about, then you want to bring another life into the situation?
And then I'm watching Lil Ricky. Lil Ricky more with my mom and daddy than he is with Big Ricky. Because Big Ricky ain't no what? 16. No, I wasn't with that, man.
Yeah.
No.
Well, but listen. Our hour is our hour is actually it's pretty much
not a pleasure, time of money, misery.
Yeah, here's
consequences.
Here's the harsh reality, people. The harsh reality is that especially for us fellas, listen, ain't no way out of it. And you have to. I don't care if your plan is to, and if your plan is to just go out and just hit it and quit it, if that's all you was planning on doing, look, prepare.
Sometimes it don't really be planned.
I know, and sometimes it don't be planned. Sometimes situations get hot and heavy, and next thing you know, y'all eating pancakes.
So I don't knock nobody. Like I said, I don't knock nobody. I'm a happily married man. All my kids are old as Methuselah, so I'm good.
All I'm saying is
coming back. I got Kendi, and that's it. And she's 14. So
So ladies, y'all don't worry. Ain't nothing changing soon. Y'all still have the option to hunt down Junebug, and so he can pay whatever it is that he owes. None of that is changing.
Man, Junebug ain't showing up, dude.
Right. All I'm saying is I just wanted to ask the question because
Junebug off the grid.
It's a lot of guys that say, well, it's a lot of guys that just say I wasn't ready to have a kid. She decided to have it. you know, and now I got to try to pay support for a child that I know I didn't want. And originally she didn't want. Yeah. Sometimes y'all let your mamas talk y'all into it or your friends and whatever the case may be. And next thing you know, you got a reveal party planned up in the next couple of months. Stop the madness.
Yeah, Mike, I respect you on that, but still, it still come back to, you know, you if you know you're not ready for kids, man, you take the precautions.
Right. And that's fellas, let me tell you, that is the message in this whole conversation.
I hope any single young man or any single young man
is listening. And you guys that know some single young men, let them know they don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, man. If you're not ready to be a father, go get some rubbers, man.
Yeah.
Jimmy always needs to wear a cap.
Right. And let me say this. I'm not downplaying. I am in no wise downplaying the effects of an abortion on a woman, because because that's kind of like the vibe I think y'all getting, and that's not it. I know it ain't just easy just saying, okay, just have an abortion. I understand that. Again, this was a situational question. And the question was just as it was: should men have the option? And I wanted to explore that. I wanted to explore those options and just bring it from a different perspective, because we see it from the woman's perspective all the time, and it's normally just always yes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to flip the script and say, why is it always yes when both parties are equally responsible? You know what I'm saying? That's what
our podcast is about, though, Mike.
That's what it look. If we've been called. Here's the thing: we've been called. This podcast is called Manup Real Talk, and it's been there for the last 4 years. And the thing is like, if we're gonna call it that, we're gonna have those conversations. Yeah, some of the stuff y'all gonna agree with, some of it you won't. You may have a different opinion of me after the conversation, and that's fine. Look, I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord years ago to deliver me from people. And what I mean by that is that I did not want to be affected by a person's opinion of me. So I can have these conversations and be okay with you feeling a certain way about me. I really am fine, because people that know me. And they know that a lot of times when I had these conversations, it's not to downplay anything or to make light of anything.
You didn't say nothing wrong, though, Mike.
Look, I'm just
apology box now.
No, and no wise am I apologizing. But see, I already know, because you don't understand the messages I get when we do these podcasts. Trust me, and I know they coming, and it's fine. I'm good with that. You know, but I mean, and I really am okay. But
please don't send no messages to my inbox, cause I'm gonna talk to you like I talk to you on here.
Right,
a little bit more harder.
But I really just wanted to bring this into perspective, because what it really does do is that ultimately what it should do is to enlighten us as men, as to say, listen, if you're gonna be about that life. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be out there, you need to protect yourself. So you are not in this situation where you're asking, why do I have to be financially responsible? The question you should be asking is, do I have to be responsible? And the answer should be a resounding yes, you should be. And if you're responsible while you out there, because that's going to protect you from having unwanted kids and catching all this other stuff that's out there. Please, if nothing else, protect you from all these diseases and everything else that you got up there. Which say Mike said having a baby by a guy you're certain does not want to be a father is not fair to the child. I absolutely agree with that, and that's what I was saying. This is a guy that you had no intention of being. This wasn't planned.
Face of the child. This is what it come down to. The only one that's really gonna suffer in this is the
child. So to prevent that, fellas, if you do nothing else, please, please, please protect yourself.
Jimmy always needs to wear a cap.
J-I-N.
J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M.
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy.
What do you say? J-I-M-B-R-O-W-S-K-I.
What do you say? Jimmy is wearing a cap. So whenever y'all take out this conversation, Jimmy.
Yes.
Always needs to wear a cap. You don't
always. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it, man. You know, I gotta be devil's advocate sometimes, and I'm okay with that. I'm all right with it, as long as the conversation is being had. Listen, I love y'all, believe it or not.
Tell them about next week.
Listen, next week, if all goes according to plan, our sports podcast will be starting exclusively on YouTube. If you are a sports fan, please go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, because moving the chains will start next week. If you like football, listen, it's for the fans by the fans. I'm not Stephen A. I'm not Skip Bayless. I'm a fan of football. I just like talking about football, and we just gonna have some good conversation talking about a sport that we love. So if yes, go James. So if y'all, if you
say go James,
that's what Tim said. Talk about some goat James. I mean Terrence.
Terrence, go to the corner, man.
Go into the corner. I think I'm just gonna call. I think I'm just gonna call Phil Skip every now and again just so I can say it.
Man, don't call me no doggone Skip.
Skip. Oh, no. Hold on there. Skip.
Oh, go James. Go James. Go get him.
Go James.
Go James. Go get him.
I love this Saturday Shark.
And you listen to both albums?
Yeah, we'll talk about that because I actually want to do a show on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do a show on that. Okay. But listen, I love you guys. I love y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. I love that we can have these type of conversations and really just get it out there and look forward to more conversations like this, because you know what? This helps us. It helps us because, ladies, it helps y'all understand us a little bit better. And men, hopefully we get a better understanding of ourselves, because the whole plan is just for us to get better, to be better, and to do better. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. And just know that we gonna keep on doing this as long as y'all keep supporting it. As long as you with us, we gonna keep it rocking. So until we talk again, my friends, on behalf of Philip Hines and myself, y'all get 2 fingers to the side. Make sure you holler at your boys, because we are officially out.
Peace.